Tell everybody why you fish.
Man, it's something I've done, since I was literally a toddler, man. Ooh, look at that pole, boy.
I see that.
Man, I'm a sports agent for Clutch Sports Group, man. One of the biggest agencies in the world, and yeah, I'm fortunate enough to work with a lot of NFL players, man. You know, if all this shut off and there wasn't any electricity, I know one thing, I'm gonna eat.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? My family's gonna eat.
Guys, what's up? You fishing with Real Limitz today. I got a special guest that we're gonna take out. His name is Chris Doyle. We're gonna get him out. I'm gonna let him introduce himself, ask him a few questions, and then we're gonna try to, catch these fish. So y'all stay tuned, and we'll see you soon.
Man, I'm a sports agent for Clutch Sports Group, man. I'm fortunate enough to work with a lot of NFL players.
Tell everybody why you fish.
I grew up in Louisiana. It's just one of those things. I came up in a rough childhood, but it was my peace, man.
Yeah.
And it's continued to be that. But for me and people that I know that really love it, it's the peace of it.
So being a father, man, and getting out here and escaping from the real world. I know a lot of people out there battle with anxiety and depression.
Yeah.
How does this help you?
Anybody that gives fishing a chance, a significant amount of times, man, I think you fall in love with it. Just being one with nature and yourself. And then when you get that bite, man, it's addictive. I think it's one of those sports that, man, if you deal with depression, anxiety, whatever the case may be, man, I think it's something that could really help with that, man. It builds character, and man, I've never met a bad person on a boat. Me as a father, it's something I want to pass down. If all this shut off and there wasn't any electricity, I know one thing, I'm gonna eat.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? My family's gonna eat.
Last question. For young guys or kids out there who's never done this, what would you tell them?
Be patient, but fall in love with the sport of it. I've had several players that I started fishing. We were brim fishing with crickets and stuff, and I had to take the fish off. They didn't want to touch them. Now they're like pro fishermen. I think they fell in love with it just like I did because it was the peace. Growing up, I used to, man, I'd go to the bayou or whatever, and I didn't have nothing. I would find line trapped in a tree, and I would tear that line up, and I would tie it to a stick. I'd ruffle some leaves up, and I'd find a worm, and I'd go fish, man. Getting out here, breathing that fresh air, man. Getting off your phone. Getting back in touch with yourself, man. I think, man, there's nothing like it. But man, if you add this to your schedule, man, I think it'll change your life, man, for sure.